Hi. So I wanted to make this video because I just wanted to ramble on some introspections that I've been having. More so just thoughts on arm wrestling in general that I just really want to share. So to start, some of the things that I've been thinking about like recently, because for context, I just came back from Shanghai. So in Shanghai, I had this arm wrestling tournament which was called the Shanghai Open. So there were athletes from all across China, overseas as well, that came to participate in the tournament. And I, when I was competing overseas, it was my first time competing overseas, first time in Shanghai, first time in China, let be. It was so interesting to see, like, the different types of people with different styles, and even more interesting, which one I'm gonna talk about, is the consistency of styles within the best players. There are only so many styles you can do in arm wrestling, and there were many different kinds of pullers that perfected a certain specific style. Like example, there was a guy who would king's move into like just like a perfect spot every single time. He would lock into that spot at a certain place, like his elbow would be at the specific corner, specific height, specific distance. His face would be like turned a specific way as well. His legs always on two corners of the table. And the consistency, like he always does it, and he always does it. And even when I faced him, I was a very different style to most of his other opponents. I was pressing really deep into his arm, and other people were rolling out of his wrist, and he still went to the same position throughout. And I think that really amazes me that people have been so, not stingy, but persistence in a good way. Like the consistency that you can get with so many different types of variety and yet still have the same outcome, it's something that I really admire, and I really want to perfect that, because in arm wrestling you really just want to make things simple. You don't really want to complicate everything. And by finding simplicity in your work, in your training, and in a competition where you're always facing different opponents, like going into the same position, into somewhere where you feel comfortable with, somewhere you feel safe in, somewhere you know that your technique is gonna work, it'll be so much easier to access your strength, and it just makes sense, like to have the exact same position every single time. Before this, I was a really true believer of versatility depending on the many circumstances. I still do think that way. Just I am a lot more open-minded now towards staying in one spot, which is kind of ironic. Open-mindedness to staying still. Okay. But this kind of just bullshit. But hey, first video, so it's just like these small thoughts that like keep me loving arm wrestling altogether. Like I would never have fallen in love with the sport if it wasn't for all these little intricacies that have made me so fascinated with all the moves, the techniques, the learning strategies, your application on the table, the way you use your different methodologies to formulate the best possible scenario for you to win against people who are older than you, stronger than you, physically larger than you, taller, thicker, so many different yeah, arm wrestling is amazing. But I guess that's what you get when you find something that you're so passionate about, and something that you do every day unconditionally. I pity anyone who doesn't really get to find the love in doing something that really makes them find a purpose in you know, whatever this is, whatever we're living for. Because I live for arm wrestling. I live to share my love for arm wrestling. I live to do my best as I can as an arm wrestler. Well, anyways, going back to the Shanghai trip, I placed decently well, but the guys in the top three, I was just short, by the way. I was top four in left hand for under 23 years old, under 78 kilos, and right now I'm 17. So I think I did decently well, but the top guys are just like another level. I've never seen so many people that strong all compiled into one category besides Singapore. Singapore itself doesn't really have that many strong athletes because we don't really have a lot of athletes in general. Because the country is so small and the population is like really not a lot compared to other countries. But it's just really interesting to see how volume of a country's population can like really change like the outcome of its athletes' performances and quality of it. Yeah, it's just really interesting. It was my first time cutting to 63 kilos. Pretty cool. Didn't really like the process though, because I was missing out on a lot of good food in China, and like, you know, when you're on the holidays, you just really wanna let loose and just eat whatever you see and do whatever you see and try everything you see. And yeah, I just never really got to do that, only until the last day after the competition, where I mainly just rested and ate whatever I wanted. Yeah. So now I'm back in Singapore. I just miss the soup dumplings, man. The soup dumplings was so good, but yeah, I mean, I'm going off track, but yeah. Anyways, that's all I had to share. I'll probably make these videos a bit more structured. I'm not sure. Yeah, but see you guys next time, and hopefully I can bring to you guys something more fulfilling. I don't know. I don't know how the outcome of these videos are gonna be in the future. I'm just gonna keep doing what I wanna do. Yeah, see ya.